We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go! 60 or.
Hey, tight right. Watch tight end. Alone. Bring it.
On 1st and 10, Costello. Now they go screen. It's complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Second down at the 13-yard line.
Ready. Turn 2 stop.
Blue down. Patrick.
22-jet bomber. Check 3.
Looking to throw. Costello. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Twitch. Mike, 55. Right there, 55. Hey, come on.
From the gun, Costello. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go on, D. 49's the Mike.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Give them 32 on the play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly... And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Check 15, check 15. Joker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Jerry Tillery providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Switch gears. He's crossing. He's checking crash. He's checking. Crash. Check safety.
On 1st down, McFarland. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Back to throw. Costello. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 52, pilot, 64.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Costello. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Going on the ground with Eckler. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A give, Eckler running to the right. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Badgley's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now,
and his first carry, he loses the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Blue draw corpus.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
91.
A gain of 2.
6-6. Full high.
At the Packers' 32-yard line.
Screen.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
70, Indy.
Now Eckler. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Watch it.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Looking left side, and it's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jerry Tillery able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
They're not ready for this. Y'all playing the wrong football.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Watch the slats. 49 to Mike. Watch 49. Hustle. Mike's 49. Check pass.
Back to throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Costello. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Recon, 132 fighter.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Off the screen pass. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to lose big-time yardage here, but it may not matter because a flag is down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
57, Mike 57.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. Who there? Who there?
57. Mike, 57.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Alert 3. Jim.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Kill.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Let's go now. 15, 15.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Going to look deep for Wilson. and that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for L.A. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Let's go. 15 on it. 15 on it. 49. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 49 the mic. Set. All right, D. Let's go. All right, D. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Okay, double up. Double up. Double up.
Second and 13. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Charger drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello. And he's got his man on the out route. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Hey, we got 3 down. 64. Weak. Out.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 16-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Hey. Mike 55. Hey, pick your game up. Check. Yes.
They'll try the left side. McFarland. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Check. Lucky. Edge. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Man.
They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the screen. Watch the edge. Check it out, please. Check.
On first down, McFarland. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set. 8 lead.
Here we go, team. Here I come.
61. Match box. White.
Now a give, right side. McFarland. 7 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Let's go now.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Costello. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Well, first down screen pass, good for 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check 24.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, they'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Mike 55.
80 weapon. Check defense.
To throw on second down. Costello looking for his running back, and he's got him. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the first down inside the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the off season. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Badgley on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They're on the 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Looking to throw. It's caught. Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
They'll try the left side. Armstrong. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Here we go. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Here is Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Recon, 152 fighter. Go.
Come. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
On 3rd down, McFarland. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus